Hello, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today, in honor of Spooky Deck season, we're going to take a look at Murder of Crows. This was sent over to me as a gift, and I feel like this is the perfect season for it. If there was going to be a season, this is going to be the season, right? So I have decided that now is the time to open it and take a look, and I'm bringing you guys along with me. So if you have not seen this deck before, or if you just want to see me have my first impressions of the deck, grab a snack. We are going to take a languid look at Murder of Crows Tarot. Let me get it out of its plastic. All right, so this is the standard edition of the deck that you can get from anywhere that you purchase your Los Scarabeo decks. It's intense, right? The artwork is intense. This is a Corrado Roy artwork, and this is a guidebook by Charles Harrington. And you all know that I love a Charles Harrington guidebook. So I am very much looking forward to checking this out, seeing what we have inside this box, inside the guidebook. So that's the box. So let's just free the cards from their plastic prison. This is a very pretty title card, and this is on their. This is the glossier stock that they used to do their decks in the hard boxes in. It's not that matte stock that we've been seeing lately. Same book, the slightly hardcover. It comes in 6 languages. All right, your journey among the crows begins. You awaken on a strange shore. Before you lies a land of mist and intrigue. In places, it's treacherous and desolate wasteland. Let your gaze penetrate the mist, and you will find a dreamscape filled with wonders. On this journey, your constant companions are a murder of crows, black winged and cunning. These are extraordinary messengers of the other world. They answer to unseen powers. Their croaks and caws convey great wisdom. Their far-seeing eyes pierce the vast distances of time and the far reaches of space. Nothing is hidden from them for long. If you follow where they lead, your adventure will transform inside and out. Listening to the wisdom of the crows. So this talks about how to use your deck, the structure of tarot, the major arcana. If fate has placed a door before you that you are unsure how to pass through, these keys will suggest the inner and outer change that will grant you safe passage. The minor arcana. Cups depict the realm of dreams. Pentacles depict the realm of greed. Wands depict the realm of growth. Swords depict the realm of riddles. The courts of the tarot. Pages are just starting out on a new path. To understand the energy of their suit, knights have learned enough to finally strike out on their own. Queens have attained a powerful inner mystery of the energy of their suit. And kings have acquired a great outer mystery of the energy of their suit. Talks about how to form a question. There are a couple of spreads. The Counting Crows spread. There are many traditions linking birds to prophecy and fortune telling. One for Sorrow is an old British divination nursery rhyme about the superstitious counting of magpies, a member of the crow family. Oh, I did not know magpies were members of the crow family. Okay, so 1 for sorrow, the challenge you face. 2 for mirth, what you can gain by facing it. 3 for a funeral, something you must let go of. 4 for a birth. I like this. Oh my gosh, let's try that when we get to the end. The Tale of the Crow, an immersive approach to storytelling with the cards. So this is a technique of how to actually physically use your cards, journeying to the realm of the inner shadow. So this is looks like it's a little bit of information about shadow work. There's a quote here from Carl Jung. It says, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." So this is about shadow work practice that you can use these cards for. The lore of the crow. The crow holds a special place in sacred stories from around the world. So these are some of the stories that you might find attributed to crows and some tales, like some little vignettes of tales. It's not whole tales. Reversals, something about reversals here. You can, and different ways you can read them. And then this is about the masks. The masks are probably the reason I don't have this deck. It's so creepy. So it says here that there are many people in the deck wearing the masks. These are the masks of medical practitioners that treated persons afflicted with the Black Death. It allowed them to treat the people while keeping distance from the patient, and the beak could be stuffed with healing herbs that were, I guess, reported to keep the plague doctors safe. And it says, this means, dear traveler, that you must be cautious as you journey through this realm and come into contact with these strange figures. Not everyone you will meet in the cards is an ally, and you must learn to trust your intuition when determining who is friend and who is foe. Okay, so now let's start. We start with the Fool. Hang on, let me get this ad card out of here. So it says, it began with a cry in the darkness, the first herald of a lonesome journey. The trail unfolds itself before you through unfamiliar terrain. Here and now, you can be exactly who you say you are. The first step is imminent, and it cannot be retaken. Heed the bird's warning. Allow a full throated cry to echo before you, calling the path ahead out of the smoke and mire. Set yourself in motion, even though the second and third steps remain uncertain. Keywords: the call of the unknown, the step yet untaken, human frailty. Okay, here's our magician. He looks like he's about to cast a spell, doesn't he? Like a actual magician. This is the high priestess and the empress, with just the one crow here that I can see. The emperor, Hierophant, lovers. So it says in this one, at long last, weary of wandering, you see that you are not in fact alone on this road. Another soul searches through the strange land for meaning and redemption. The choice is before you, a decision of great consequence. To eat of the fruit of the sacred tree will bring your hearts into alignment, and your paths will join. The dark angel lifts its wings above you both, giving its sincere blessing. Your hand hesitates beneath the branches. Are you ready to bite into the flesh that will erase loneliness of independence? The juice on their lips smells sweet and inviting. Wow. The chariot, strength. I think the I really want to like go through the cards one by one with a guidebook and walk through the story of this deck. It kind of reminds me of the type of the journey of a lonely soul. In that deck, if you don't have it, each entry builds on the previous entry and it tells a story as you go through the book. So it's worth it when you first open it to read them in order, with the pictures, with the cards, and take a look. Look at this devil card. Wow. This is really evocative. So it says, in the darkened halls of the demon lord Malthus, the night closes in around you, blinding you to what is before and behind you. Now the world is only what you can feel, what you can touch and taste. Okay, so you're very much in your physical and you're ignoring the spiritual here. You hear only what the shadow whispers to you. There is much pleasure to be found here where the senses dominate, but the shadow uses your pleasure and relief to forge a golden chain that imprisons your free will. The longer you listen, the harder it is to block the sounds, the harder it will be to regain your own mind. Wow. Keywords are domination, addiction, valuing flesh and the material world above all else. Yeah, and I could see that. Seeking pleasure, giving in to the shadow. Okay, the tower, the star, the moon. Just two little birds looking at each other. The sun. I'm sorry, I almost forgot where I was. Judgment. I thought maybe they were coming up from the graves, but no, I think they're just landing on the graves here. So we don't actually see the people, and that's just the murder of crows and the world. Okay. Then we're on to the Ace of Cups. 2, 3. Yeah, so it's very RWS. I can see the staging of the Four of Cups here from the RWS. This one is a little different. This is like a crow person on a he's got crow feet, but a human body. This is an interesting looking card. Let's see what it says here in the Guidebook about this. I don't understand really what's going on. Okay, so it says, as you cry out into the night, the startled members of your murder flap their wings, taking to the darkened skies. If you hold your agony silently, you let it take root too far inside to ever be free of it. So let loose the whoop of pain, of loss, of fatigue, of condemnation. You dig sharp talons into the soil. What does not kill us makes us stronger or stranger. Disappointment, dwelling on mistakes, and anxiety. I see the talons. Okay, so this is his mouth. And it's like he's dressed like a crow, but this is a human mouth crying out. Interesting. This is interesting. It's intriguing, that's for sure. I definitely want to spend more time than I can spend here with you guys because I don't want to make this video like hours long. But I definitely want to sit with this and go through the guidebook. I think it would be worth it. I think this could be an excellent deep dive deck just to learn about some of those shadowy concepts of the tarot from Charles Harrington, who is who's very well versed in tarot, you know. So we're up to the king, the queen and king. All right. I think it's interesting how we have some actual crows, some anthropomorphic crows, and then some people with those masks that were mentioned in the guidebook at the beginning. And some of these people, like he said, look a little nefarious. Like, I don't know about this guy here. His face looks scary to me. Um, this looks like a nightmare going on behind him. And this is the Four of Coins. This could also be that we're dealing with Corrado Roy's artwork, who typically draws for horror, right? So a lot of his stuff is just going to look a little bit horrifying, if you will. So we have the 10. All right, here's our page of coins. The knight, queen, and king. She almost looks like a scarecrow, right? Like not even like a real person, kind of like a scarecrow. Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, looking out over the Dominion, Three of Wands. This crow has taken off. He was standing with him and it took off, left him behind. Or maybe it's scouting for him. I'm wondering if, like, you know, that could be something interesting if you think about if your crow is meant to be a messenger for you, bringing or receiving information through them, receiving messages through them, or sending messages. Um, at this Three of Wands point just before you're ready to embark on whatever journey you're headed on or whatever thing that you want to do, you know. And this is the realm of growth. So just before you're beginning to grow or you're expanding into something that is going to lead you to growth, you're going to send out this messenger or receive something from a messenger. I think he's going out just because I'm looking at it next to this one. But in a spread, this might not be there. I might think he's coming in, you know? So that's cool. Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands. No people here, nothing to recognize, nothing for recognition in this one. It says, long you have wandered over the unforgiving terrain, finally reaching a boundary marker. To continue, you must go up and over the border, flouting the limitations others try to impose. You know within your soul that if you leap this fence, others will follow, and eventually the restraining walls will crumble and fall. You rise up and go forth. Your spirit cannot be contained. Rising to meet the challenge, progress, overcoming obstacles, leadership, arrogance. I love that write up for the Six of Wands. I do not see that in this picture. I mean, I can see the it doesn't feel as energetic as that write up feels, you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, the 10. Ooh, interesting. Crow bones or a crow skeleton on his back. And what are all of these down here? This is the terrain, right? So this is weeds and what that they're walking through down here. It looks like brambles and all kinds of things that could be painful. I hope you've got some good boots. Here's the Knight, Queen, and King. All right, onto the swords. Let me just move this. Ace, the Two of Swords. I see a lot of crosses in this. I think it's interesting, and a lot of the people, they look like they're standing so still. They almost look like they're not real. You know, like I said, like scarecrows or something like that. The Five of Swords. Interesting. He does look sneaky, doesn't he? Or like he's not doing something right, or like he's not even going to try to work with anybody. He's all for himself here. There's the five. And this, I think that's pretty impressive how this artist managed to get that feeling in this card with so few, with no color, with no facial expression. It's all in the body language and the shading. I can feel that in this card, that he feels like the type of person, like if you approached for directions, he's just not even gonna even entertain that. You know what I mean? Like he's all for himself. Um, Ooh, look at this 7. Is that a raccoon or a rat or a possum? The eyes make me think it's a raccoon, but then the tail makes me think a rat or a possum. 8 of Swords, 9. And now the crow has turned on her. I thought that they were, well, they're not all friends, right? Oh, see? See, look at that. Look at that. Can't trust them crows. Like, but they say that like a cat would do the same, right? Like if you're dead and they're hungry, that is what it is. Um, all right, Queen, and here's the King. And here are the backs, which are the same as the border down here and a lot of the terrain that I saw. Hang on. See, these are just borders, but some of them they fade into, yeah, like here, where it fades into what's on the ground. So it kind of looks the same. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these and then try that spread. But I also really want to put them back in order and go through the whole guidebook. Is that crazy that I just sat here and shuffled them and now I'm going to put them all back in order as soon as I turn this off? Or maybe not as soon as I turn this off, but maybe I'll wait till after Halloween season because I kind of want to use it now over the next couple of weeks. And then once I'm not using it anymore, maybe I'll put it back in order. Maybe I'll do that. So they shuffle great. Los Scarabeo to me, has excellent cardstock. These are standard tarot size. So you can see up against another Los Scarabeo card, standard tarot. This is up against the Blue Angel. And they are they have a gloss on them, but it's like a semi gloss. I would not call this like a high gloss, but it's enough to make sure that the Empress jumped out. Hi. It's enough to make sure that they glide nicely. So yeah, it's a great shuffle. What are you up to, Miss Empress? Shall we read for you? Since you jumped out and laid there so nicely? Sure. So if you'd like to read that for yourself, you can take a screenshot. I was going to move her and like zoom in, but I don't even want to move her because she's sitting there so nicely. So it says, a haunting lullaby calls from out of the darkness. It speaks to you of safety and security, a mother's eternal and unyielding love. A hand takes your hand, bearing you up against the coming storm. Her lips kiss your forehead and leave a mark, protecting you in your journey through the night. You were born from her egg, as were all who live. There is healing to be found in her kindness. Just be careful not to drown in it. Keywords: nurturing, self care, sensuality, love and loyalty, compassion for all, fertility and prosperity, motherhood, smothering, and obsessive behavior. Lovely. I like that this is the first card out of the deck for me. I think that gives me a sense of a little bit of comfort, because like I said, some of these images are feeling a little overwhelming, horrifying, and all of the synonyms that go along with that. But she jumped out to show me that she's got me, she's gonna make sure that things stay comfortable here for me. And I appreciate that. Thank you for coming forth. All right, let's see what this spread is talking about. Okay, so it says there are many traditions linking birds to prophecy and fortune telling. One for Sorrow is an old British divination nursery rhyme about the superstitious counting of magpies, a member of the crow family, and letting the number of birds indicate the person's fate. The following 7-card spread was specifically designed for use with the Murder of Crows tarot with this rhyme in mind. One for Sorrow, the challenge you face. Okay, so let's do it one at a time. Oh, we have to put her back in because I don't want her to not have an opportunity to come back. Okay, so let's do this. I got it propped up here. So we got one for Sorrow, the challenge that I face. And then 2 for Mirth, what can I gain by facing it? And then 3 for a funeral, something that I must let go of. Here. Wait. 3 is here, 2 is over here. Sorry, this is a little bit all over the place. And then 4 for a birth, something new emerging. And then 5 for 5 for rich, resources that can help me. And then 6 for poor, forces working against my success, which would go over here. You can't see it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in a minute. And then 7 for a witch, I can tell you no more. The key action that will bring the needed transformation. And that one goes right here in the middle. Okay, let me straighten everything out and then we'll decipher this. I've done my best here to get it all in the frame. Some of it is a little bit out of the frame, but we'll do our best. Okay, so we start with 1 for Sorrow, the challenge that I face, which is here. So the challenge I'm facing is the hermit. Okay, so I'm facing a challenge of not bringing forth the things that I am learning. I'm in the cave, I'm learning the things, right? But I'm not coming out of the cave and then applying these things. I need to move past, come out of my cocoon, right? Come out of my cocoon and emerge. Two, for mirth. What can I gain by facing it? Where's the two? Over here. Abundance. I can gain financial security, um, comfort, and actually be able to see a plan for my future and instability within my physical world, my physical future. So that's what I can gain by putting forth the effort to come out of my cocoon and actually apply the things that I've learned while in that cocoon. So, coming out will bring me this. That looks good. So I want to do it. So let's see what more we get. So we got the 3 for a funeral, something that I have to let go of. 3 is here. So I need to let go of the anxiety that comes along with emerging from that cocoon. Or perhaps, um, it there's a space. It can be scary sometimes to step outside of your comfort zone, when especially when you've been planning and thinking about things for a long time and really working on things for a long time. It can be scary to step away from that and to do then apply the things that you've learned on your own, maybe without any assistance, or without the comfort of your cocoon, the comfort of your comfortable space. So there's going to be anxiety that comes with that. There's going to be fears that come with that. And it can feel almost paralyzing, sometimes, but it must be let go of. 5 for the rich, resources that can help. And the 5 is here. 7 of swords. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at this picture and I'm not really sure what to say about that. My first instinct was, that there could be something that I used in the past, or maybe something I wrote or something I said that could then be returned to me, um, that I could maybe revive or reanimate. Then that's what the picture kind of made me think of. I also sometimes read the 7 of Swords as keeping things to myself. Maybe I could be doing the thing that can help me is to work in a bubble without speaking to people about what I'm doing. Just do it on my own and just let it, don't take too many outside ideas, contemplating things on my own, um, and using the things that I have learned for myself that could help me get forward a little bit faster, and also maybe help me step away from some of these fears. Some of those fear and anxiety could be coming from those sort of outside thoughts, too many cooks in the kitchen kind of situation. So that's what I'm thinking for that. Let's see what it says in the guidebook. So it says, clever wings swoop, the nimble break strikes through, your wings carry you as you raise your prize aloft. This is the victory your talents and skills afford you, striking in shadows, moving unseen, playing by your own rules or by no rules at all. There are those who shake their heads at your larcenous, larcenous ways. I've never used that word before, but I kind of love it. Your larcenous ways. But their approval doesn't feed you or your hatchlings. Their approval doesn't feed you or your hatchlings. Yeah. Keywords: cunning, non confrontational, problem solving, thinking outside the box, and theft. Okay. I think that's good. I think we'll stick with what I came up with there. So now where's the what happened to the okay. Back to the spread. 6 is forces working against my success. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. Not too many opportunities coming my way, new opportunities anyway. So, that could feel like something working against my success, but maybe I need to remember this situation over here where it's like you're working with some things that you already had going on, reanimating some things that were already there until maybe this starts to happen again with these new things, or maybe new things are not what I need right now. That new things could be working against me, right? Taking on new opportunities, going in new directions. It's too much for me right now. So that is going to be working against me taking on new opportunities. And then we've got the 7 for a witch. I can tell you no more. The key action that will bring, wait, no, I missed one. 7, I missed 4. 4 for a birth, something entering my life. Oh, I missed one. Okay, hang on. So we did. This is why I don't do spreads, y'all, because I always get sidetracked and then I lose my place. I missed 4. So I did 1 was challenge, 2 was the game, 3 was what I needed to let go of, and 4 would have been something new entering my life. So let's see what's new entering my life. The King of Swords. Okay. So a new control over um, my dreams, my dominions, my thoughts, um, and my directions. The problem solving part of my world is starting to feel in control. Um, Planning, mapping things, all of that is feeling in control, which is good. I like that. I like that. I'm definitely here for that. So that's something new entering my life. That would be new because right now things are not feeling in control in that sector of the world for me. Things feel very much out of control. So there's that. Okay, so that's new entering my life. Then 5 was resources. 6 was what was working against my success. And then the final one, 7 for which I can tell you no more. The key action that will bring the needed transformation. Okay, this is the last one. The Knight of Wands, get going, right? Like get out there, and it's like done is better than perfect, right? So we're just going to dust it off and get out there. We're not going to let our fears get the best of us. And we're going to trust that the plans and the maps that we have set out there for ourselves that were already set are going to do well. They're going to lead us where we want to go. We're not going to get just sidetracked by a bunch of new shiny things. And we're going to get out of our comfort zone a little bit with some of the older things. Okay, what a spread, huh? To look into a life, look into a snapshot in time. It definitely could be really great for using for clients, for sure. If you have someone come to you and they're just like, what's going on? What do I need to know? This is going to suss out pretty much everything. This might as well be a Celtic cross, um, without with different wording, but it's got all the elements. So if someone is frozen and not really moving, and they come to you for reading, I feel like this is a good one for figuring out all the little pieces of what needs to be shaken loose, what the fears are, overall energy. We've got what's working, what's not working, what's blocking you or standing in your way, what's kind of elevating you. What are your challenges, what happens if you overcome those challenges. There's all of the elements here for a good solid reading, for if someone comes and it's just like, I just need to know what's going on, or just give me some advice. I think that this is a great one for that. So that's the Murder of Crows, and what I can say is that in use it doesn't feel as scary as it does card by card. When I was looking at it card by card, it was feeling kind of terrifying. But then once I started, well, maybe it's the cards I pulled. I don't know, because these kind of look a little scary. But when I was pulling them just now and working with them, like in the context of the spread, yeah, I didn't feel too. Let me cover that up. I didn't feel too bad about it. Um, I didn't feel scared at all. Actually, I felt engaged. I felt drawn in. So yeah, I think I can. I think I can work with this. I'm gonna try at least to see how it goes. You never know with me. Sometimes I think things are gonna be terrifying, and then it becomes like my favorite deck. Speaking of, still using Tarot V and loving it, and Tarot Z. So maybe it's just the Los Garabeo ones. I don't know. Maybe it's just the Charles Harrington ones, because I think Tarot V is also Charles Harrington. So yes, love the guidebook. Cannot wait to spend some more time with it. But I think, like I said earlier, I'm going to wait on that. I think I'm going to just use this for a little while and see how I feel about it, and work with it and see how it reads for me. If you have this deck, I'd love to hear how it reads for you. Let me know in the comments below how this is going for you and how it feels to you when you're using the cards. Especially if you're like me and a little bit of a scary cat and you still got it anyway. How's it going for you? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. Give us a hype if you want to help the video get out there. If you'd like to pick this one up, you can pick it up anywhere you can buy your Los Scarabeo decks. I'll definitely drop a link in the description box below. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle, and I'd love to have you. And until I see you guys next time, oh yeah, Ace of Swords. I always love an Ace of Swords. So until I see you next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.